সেই স্লাইডটা থেকে আমার কোশ্চেন আছে। ফার্স্ট অফ অল ইট ওয়াজ ভেরি ইনফরমেটিভ সেশন। অ্যান্ড আমার কোশ্চেন হচ্ছে, ওই আপনি বলছিলেন ওই ফোম সেল, অক্সিডাইজ সেল দিয়ে যেটা ফোম সেল গঠন করে ওইটা বুঝতে পেরেছি। তারপরে যেটা আছে থার্ড নাম্বার লাইনে ভিট্রোক্সিল ডিল, ওই জায়গাটা আমার একটু বুঝতে প্রবলেম হচ্ছে। আর ইনডিউসড হাইপারটেনশন ওই জায়গাটা একটু ক্লিয়ার করে দেন।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। থার্ড পয়েন্টটা তেমন কিছু না। থার্ড পয়েন্ট ইজ দ্যাট this oxidized form of LDL, it is going to cause the atherosclerosis. That is the third point. ঠিক আছে। ইন ভিট্রো মানে কি, যখন ল্যাবে আমরা করি, ইন ভিট্রো মানে কাঁচের মধ্যে, ল্যাবের মধ্যে, যখন ল্যাবের মধ্যে করি তখনও ঠিক এই জিনিসটাই দেখা যায়, এটাই বলতে চেয়েছে। Fourth point is that it stimulates AT1R. AT1R is angiotensin receptor 1. মনে আছে, RAS pathway you have learned, angiotensin 1, then it will convert into angiotensin 2. Yes. So what happened, that this angiotensin 1 will get activated. The receptor will get activated. Now we all know that if this angiotensin is working, then what will happen? There will be vasoconstriction or vasodilation. কি হয়?
Vasoconstriction.
Vasoconstriction. Yes. Vasoconstriction means the blood pressure will, yes, hypertension. As because there is vasoconstriction, there will be more blood pressure, there will be hypertension, right? So this actually helps in the activation of angiotensin receptor. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
We will take 3 questions. Raise hand. Fatma, Swati, and Sushma. Then we will close the session. Fatma, then Swati, then Sushma. Yes, yes. Good evening.
Firstly, ma'am, thank you very much for this outstanding session. Lipid itself a very scary topic, but you make it so easy to understand that all the topics are very much clear. So my first question, I have 2 questions. My first question is in starting from second to third slide. Third slide. You mentioned all the apolipoprotein present in all the chylomicrons, LDL, VLDL. So exceptionally in HDL, there is lipid apolipoprotein D is present, and D is not present in any other else. So what is the importance of that apolipoprotein D playing in HDL?
Yes. Actually, it is believed that this apolipoprotein D, it eliminates B100. Is actually, it eliminates the B. ApoB is being eliminated, because you see why there is no ApoB, because it is replaced by ApoD. So you can say it helps in elimination of ApoB.
Okay, ma'am. And my other question is, in your last third or fourth slide, you mentioned about all the fatty acid like MUFA, PUFA, saturated, and their role in increasing and decreasing LDL and HDL. So in saturated fatty acid, LDL is increasing, HDL is also increasing. And trans fat, we will restrict that also. And PUFA, LDL is decreasing, but HDL is also decreasing. Yes. And in MUFA, LDL is decreasing and HDL is not changing. So what is the combination we can take in dietary as in dietary aspects? Like
yes, that is why we have a particular ratio, right? I guess Shomendu would like to answer this. The ratio for PUFA and MUFA, the ratio which is suggested.
So may I say? Yes, Swati said, then I will say.
So it is PUFA, MUFA, and this saturated fat. It is like this: 0.8 is to 1.2.
1 can also be given. 1 also can be given.
1 yes, that is what I also know. 1:1 ratio should be given, so that we are lowering also, and we are pushing that HDL also.
Previously there was 1.51, now it's 1:1. 1:1 is okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And in percentage wise, saturated fat previously was at below 10%. Now it is said that up to 7%. That is below 7%. Okay. Below or up to 7%. Yes, Fatma, do you want to continue anything?
No, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. And sir.
Swati, do you want to ask anything? Sushma, you can ask, then Pritha. Sushma, then Pritha.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Then we will close.
Thank you, ma'am, for the session. It was very informative session for us. My question about phosphorus, ma'am, because we know that extra phosphorus can pull the calcium from our bones, and that can again indirectly phosphorus can make the plaque, or directly phosphorus had any connection with the plaque formation?
Yes.
This is my question.
Yeah, very good question, very relevant question. Actually, phosphorus, you're right. There is a calcium phosphate exchange which occurs in our body. Like calcium, it cannot directly come to a place and it cannot get deposited. So it has to come in the form of phosphate, in the salt form of phosphate. So phosphate is an indirect way of regulating calcium, right? The phosphate salts, they will actually indirectly regulate the deposition of calcium. Okay.
ভালো ছিল, কোশ্চেনটা ইজ ভেরি গুড।
That-
সুষমা, it is clear or you want
my
to
question
interact?
is that, there is any direct connection, means phosphate is coming, but is there any direct
No.
connection to plaque formation, or it is negligible?
No, direct connection we will not say, but yes, when we say that there is a high amount of calcium score, at that time we have to restrict the phosphate also. Like in that condition, calcium is restricted, phosphate is also restricted.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. I can understand.
Pritha,
Thanks.
Pritha
Yes,
Bose.
sir. Yes, sir. Very thanks for the session, ma'am. It was wonderful. My question is from the last slide, actually, the oxidized LDL one. I understood that it causes vasodilation and it induces hypertension. But how does it promote? Yes, vasoconstriction. Sorry. But how does it promote the plaque buildup? Like, how does the plaque buildup occur after, like, due to the free radicals?
Right. Basically, what happens, the foam cells are only formed whenever we have this oxidized form of LDL. The foam cells which are produced due to this intervention of your macrophages, this help the foam cells to stick to the surface, because you should know that nothing can stick without a cementing agent, right? We need something which will hold it together. Now that cementing agent is the extracellular matrix which lies on the surface of every cell. And that extracellular matrix can stick to the foam cell. So fat directly cannot stick to it. The foam cells, they are helping the fat to stick over it, right? So that is how the oxidized LDL is engulfed by macrophage. It transforms into foam cells. So foam cells actually, why we call it as foam? Because it looks like it's very foamy. It's filled with fat. So now that fluffy cell can stick to the surface. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I read it somewhere that this free radicals, when there is an increased amount of free radicals in our body, it starts to injure the arteries, and in order to cope that injury, there is the plaque. The question.
Yes. That is why we have mentioned here as lesions, right? Lesions means there is an injury. And why there is an injury? Because of this excess oxidation, right? Now, in order to combat that oxidation, the macrophages are recruited. And as because they're recruited, they're again helping in this deposition. Right? So that is how the cycle begins.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Swati and Mahfuza. Long time they have raised hands. Swati and Mahfuza. Priyanka, now you are saying we will not able to take questions. Bolo. Swati, bolo.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, my question is from the drug slide, in which the ma'am has told about the drugs. The fourth one, it was bile uptake inhibitor. But where the excess bile was not taken up by the liver, but it was, what happened to that excess bile when it was not taken by the liver?
It will be excreted.
It will be excreted. So, but excess bile is produced, in fact.
See, if bile is getting produced, then what we are doing actually, we are utilizing the cholesterol, right? Our main purpose is to utilize the cholesterol. No, our main purpose is to utilize the cholesterol, right? So in order to utilize the cholesterol, bile is formed. Now, whatever bile is required, body will use that bile and the leftover part will be sent back. Now, what we are doing is, we are not allowing this sending back process. So if it is not sent back to liver, then what will happen to it? As because it is there in the intestine, it has to pass with the food and it will ultimately get ejected out of the body.
Okay. And the last, this drug, Orlistat.
Orlistat.
So when it stops the lipase enzyme, means lipase enzyme which doesn't break the fat into the chylomicrons. Okay, so
Correct.
directly the fat is being excreted
Yes.
from the body. So
Yes.
does it mean that it may lead to the deficiency of those ADEK vitamins, that is fat soluble vitamins, of course.
Yes.
So
Yes,
mineral
I've taught this
deficiency
to
will
you.
be also.
That fat soluble vitamins are lost in this case. That is why I said that there are multiple demerits also. We are not getting the good fat, right? First of all, we are not getting the fat soluble vitamins. So that is not actually, on long term we cannot take it. If the person is taking it, then it has to be very time restricted. We cannot continue it forever. So that is the most important thing about this medicine.
Okay, and one more.
Okay.
Mahfuza, then Riyanka.
About the last line, ma'am, in apolipoprotein. Hello? In apolipoprotein, the last line, which I missed, I think, ApoA1, which activates LCAT. You said or something, I just missed it. I can't remember. Yeah.
No. LCAT I have not mentioned. LCAT, to make it very easy, I can say LCAT is an enzyme which helps in transportation of fat. So it actually helps in mobilization of fat, transportation of fat. Right? Instead of storing it, it will mobilize it. So that is the function of LCAT.
Okay.
Mahfuza.
Okay.
Yes, ম্যাম আমার ছোট ছোট দুই একটা কোশ্চেন আছে, সেটা হচ্ছে ভিএলডিএল এর যে ক্যালকুলেশন আপনি যেটা বলেছিলেন, টোটাল কোলেস্টেরল মাইনাস টিজি ডিভাইডেড বাই 5, এভাবে ক্যালকুলেশনটা হচ্ছে।
আমি বলেছিলাম টোটাল কোলেস্টেরল মাইনাস এইচডিএল minus TG divided by 5. Now TG divided by 5 টা কি? That is VLDL. Instead of writing VLDL, we can write as TG divided by 5. মানে কি VLDL টা আমরা মাপতে পারি না, আমরা কি মাপি? আমরা TG টা মাপি, তারপরে 5 দিয়ে আমরা ভাগ।
আচ্ছা। TG টাকে হচ্ছে আগে বের করে 5 দিয়ে ভাগ করব, করে তারপর হচ্ছে টোটাল কোলেস্টেরল দিয়ে ওটা হচ্ছে মাইনাস করে দেব।
মাইনাস করব, মানে TG divided by 5 is your VLDL. VLDL এটা আসেই হচ্ছে TG।
আচ্ছা। ওকে ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ ম্যাম।
রিয়াঙ্কা, তোমার কোশ্চেন বলো তাড়াতাড়ি ফার্স্ট।
হ্যালো ম্যাম। রিয়াঙ্কা।
ইয়েস
ম্যাম, আমার একটা কোশ্চেন হচ্ছে, আমার পেশেন্ট আছে, তো ওনাকে ডক্টর ব্লাড প্রেশারের জন্য ওটা অ্যামাইলোডাক 5 মেডিসিন দেওয়া হয়েছিল। তো আমি দেখছিলাম ওটা ক্যালসিয়াম চেইন ব্লকার। তো এই ক্ষেত্রে কি আমার ক্যালসিয়াম রেস্ট্রিক্ট ডায়েট কিছু করা উচিত? ক্যালসিয়াম, ম্যাগনেসিয়াম, ফসফরাস।
ওটা ক্যালসিয়াম ব্লকার।
আমার মনে হয় হাইপারটেনসিভ ড্রাগ, হাইপারটেনসিভ হবে, ক্যালসিয়াম চ্যানেল ব্লকার এরকম কিছু
না, মানে ওটা কম্পোজিশনটা দেখছিলাম ওটা ক্যালসিয়াম চেইন ব্লকার।
ওটা তো হাইপারটেনসিভ।
হাইপারটেনশন।
কি নাম ওষুধটা?
অ্যামাইলোডাক 5 অ্যামপ্লিডিন।
অ্যামলোডিপিন। অ্যামলোডিপিন ইজ ক্যালসিয়াম চ্যানেল ব্লকার। ওটার সাথে কিছু সম্পর্ক নেই। So you no need to restrict. You can ask this on Orthosa's class also.
এটার সাথে
মানে বিজয়
এটার সাথে রিলেশন নেই।
না, এমনি আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি সেক্ষেত্রে ডায়েটে কিছু চেঞ্জ হবে? ক্যালসিয়াম, ম্যাগনেসিয়াম আর ফসফরাস কিছু রেস্ট্রিক্ট?
তুমি তো অলরেডি ব্লক করেই দিচ্ছ মেডিসিন দিয়ে, এই জন্য আলাদা করে ডায়েট চেঞ্জ করার দরকার নেই না।
ওকে ম্যাম।
শুধু একটা জিনিস লক্ষ্য রাখবে যে অ্যামলোডিপিন যে পেশেন্টরা খাচ্ছে এই ওষুধগুলো, most of the patient complain about the swelling in the feet, পা ফুলছে, so then you need to talk to the doctor. So that is a thing you need to look after. Then you have to change the medicine. 5 mg is not a big dose, a bigger dose. So we are done with all the questions, and I request any question, because your question motivates us. Whatever questions are very, very relevant, whatever Swati, Pritha, Fatma, and those who have interacted with your switch on your video, most welcome, because we cannot, at least we can see you in the virtual medium. But all the questions are very good. So all the seniors, all the juniors, all the students, those who have joined, thank you so much. But if you have questions, put me with your name in my WhatsApp. I will forward to Bijoya ma'am, like Aditya sir or Bijoya Mukherjee ma'am. They used to send voice call. Bijoya Das ma'am will, on her convenient time, she will send me voice call. I will send it to you. in this 6 days, 8 days, please utilize. Moreover, more you gain the knowledge. What Meghna ma'am has said just now, the upgradation, they are practicing from 18 to 20 years, but still they are upgrading. So upgradation is more important than you can talk in front of the doctor. And this kind of biochemical things, if you are thorough about the thing, you can interact with the doctor, you can interact during your internship. Entering into the hospital, you will not get scolded. This is a trend that entering into the I'm telling into the platform, don't mind, because it is for your for you all only. I am telling that when you are going for any internship in any hospitals, you are badly scolded that किच्छु जानो ना, आप कुछ भी नहीं जानते हो. तो ये सब नहीं होगा अगर आप thoroughly prepare करके MSc का टाइम में ये सब courses करके आप if you go to the hospital, and I know my Cognize students are at least more upgraded, Vijaya, than the other student, rest of the students.
Absolutely.
So you also teaching Swati, Shobhi, Devomita, Fatma, Mafuza, you know how they have upgraded themselves. Okay.
Absolutely.
So this is the urge of learning. You need to have this urge of learning. And many students are also there in my course. Those who are 6 months, 8 months, they are doing by the course, but they never bother to interact. They only pay me by the fees, and they are not interacting. So the loss is theirs, not my loss.
Absolutely.
So more you extract from us, more we will be happy with you, and more we can remember by your name, like Bijay Das ma'am, Bijay Mukherjee ma'am, or Aritru sir. Know certain few names, but they don't know all the students. So the loss is yours, not ours. Thank you so much once again, Vijaya. We as a nutritionist in my career, in my profession, I never thought that how biochemistry will be important. You enlightened us, all the nutritionists or dietitian, in a very nice way. So I do not have words to express my thanks to you. So good night, everyone, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a very
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
enjoyed all your questions.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Next
Thank you,
question,
sir.
class
Thank you,
will be same. Next class will be on the same link. It is on the 15th of March. Vijaya ma'am on the cardio biomarkers. So please be present on the 15th of March to learn about the cardio biomarkers, and by 17th we will end this cardio course. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Thank you.